because really it's everyone's favorite time of the week. We're going to break it all down with Miss Sarah Fraser.
David Yontef. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I love you so much. Our fans, I just love that. Like, our fans love it. David, really, we're almost becoming bigger than two T's in a pod.
Are we though?
Yeah.
Are we though?
Yes, your show has enormous ratings.
You know what I have to say? This is going to be a shocking way to start this show. This is going to be a shocking way to start the show. As we get into all these housewives that are now feuding, and they're all these people that are not on the show are feuding. And, maybe hell is frozen over here today, but look, I react and I have comments and then I move on. So I don't have any grudges. Like, everyone out there that someone DM'd me the other day, or they made a comment publicly, like, oh, you hate Teddi. I don't hate anybody. By the way, this is a compliment for Teddi. Then I'm going to start the show here today. I understand why Teddi inserts herself in all this stuff. I mean,
it's good for ratings.
Making money. She's making money. Like, I really do feel the only two housewives, like, when you haven't been on the show forever and you're talking about it, Tamra and Teddi have a free pass. It's a business now. I mean, I feel all these housewives should take a note from Tamra and Teddi. And if you're going to talk about it and make $0 and leave an Instagram comment, go and start your own 3 T's in a pod. You know what I mean? This, like, melon ball. She's not a bad, she's making money. So I understand that it's not strange to me that she talks about all this and she's inserting herself, because now she says, I know Crystal. Let's back up. Let's remember, Teddi Mellencamp was friends with Crystal Kong before Crystal joined Beverly Hills. Crystal was kind of put out there because of Teddi. I mean, it's really similar, I guess, to like Noella coming in and Bronwyn being let go. Teddi was let go and Crystal was brought in. It wasn't that black and white, but yeah, it was. So Teddi's now saying, like, I know the 14 friends, guys, the 14 friends that don't speak to her anymore. I know them. There's really not much more to the story than that. There's a little bit more, but not really. She's like, and there's drama in all friend groups, and, it's not really my place to say, but you know what? At least Teddi's making money by making these statements. Go on.
No, I agree. I mean, I think too, one of the things I appreciate most about you as a friend, and then also as a fellow podcaster, which I think this is like pulling back the curtain a little bit. It's behind the velvet rope for real.
Oh my gosh.
Is, in our business, a lot of, like, you always are about, like, get your coins, like, I appreciate that about you. You're like, get your fucking money. Let's find ways we both can make money. I mean, that is so great, because usually you don't find that in any business, but especially in our podcast space. It's like, usually somebody is getting all the money. You're putting in time. You're not getting any money. And the thing I appreciate about you, and I know you're sincere when you say this about Teddi, is go get your money, and you're the one that taught me, because in our business, we have a lot of these celebrities on our show, and it's like, edit this out. Don't say this. Don't say that. I'm never doing your show again because you said this. And you've always said to me, like, respond to them and basically say, what, like, I can't eat. Like, you can be on this show. You can say all this shit. You can do all this, but then I can't. What you said yourself, I can't use, because God forbid I get the ratings. Like, I think you've taught me so much, and people need to realize that Teddi is very smart in inserting herself in all this stuff. Am I personally, like, not interested? Yeah. I mean, I don't really care what she has to say either. I mean, not because I don't like Teddi. I think that I think you and I have inside baseball tips. You know what I mean? We know she's just doing it for the ratings, which is good for her, but I just don't care what she has to say. Versus, like, to me, if Rinna did a tell-all, like, I'm interested in I'm interested in what Rinna has to say about people, So
yeah. And I mean, this is the difference, like Giselle and like all these other podcasts, like even Bethenny's, like, it's not really a housewives podcast. So it's like Teddi and to me, it's like Teddi and Tamra. This is what it's almost like, well, this makes the most sense. I mean, everyone else is dipping in and making a comment, but they're not on the show for 20 years. Like, that to me is, which we're going to get into that and the motivation behind all of that. But yeah. And as far as like get your coins, like, you know, look, do I love everybody listening here today? Absolutely. I mean, do I have a life? No. Are these people listening my friends? Like Paris Hilton says, like, you know, her little Hiltons are, yes, they really are. I really love everyone listening, for real. That is honestly sincere, but at least I'm being honest. Like, this is a job, everyone. So, I mean, would I do this and work 70 to 90 hours a week if I wasn't getting paid? I don't know. Maybe, but maybe not. Really, trust me, maybe not. Because I would just be with all I have, you know, I would just have a whole different thing going on. So
the other thing I appreciate about Tamra and Teddi is they have gone all in. I mean, it will be interesting. You know, we've gone back and forth with Andy saying, I don't see Tamra coming back as a full-time housewife because now she has this podcast. I mean, I'll be curious to see if that stands true. I mean, to Teddi and Tamra's credit, they seem like they've gone, you know what? Fuck it. We're going all in on this podcast. We're going to say everything that we feel. We're going to tell the truth, you know, or their truth, whatever. And
that's how, I mean, I feel the same way. Look, I'm not out to, I really have no gripes against anyone. When you wrong me or I have an opinion, I will voice it and then we move on. We move on. So,
oh my God, it's so true about you too. Like you don't take it personally. And I love that. And I feel like I'm finally getting to that place in my career too. Because it happens all the time with us, like behind the scenes, whatever. I don't care. Like, fine, you're mad. If I'm in the wrong, I'm like, I'm sorry. If we can move on, great. If we can, like, I know.
It's like, whatever. And like, look, I mean, you're never going to stop someone. So like your coins, like, you know, Teddi's coins have nothing to do with my coins. Like, because Teddi exists, my coins are no less, you know, I mean, if Teddi stopped doing this, it doesn't affect, you know, nobody is David Yontef behind the velvet rope. Like nobody is, you know, like each person has their own thing. And it's just, you keep your head down and you focus, and my ropers are here and they're like, it's just like, it is what it is. And I really don't really. So, I mean, at least when she's like saying now she spoke out about Crystal's, you know, 14 friends, at least I'm like, right. I understand why you particularly are inserting yourself more than say like, you know, listen, okay, she doesn't need the money, but like when Camille Grammer is saying like Teddi's a fucking boring snooze fest, like it's funny. It's Camille. Camille is an icon. Oh my God. Icon Camille. She is. But like,
yes,
I mean, I don't know if it were me and I was not on the show, I would want nothing to do with the show. Like Alex McCord, who doesn't want to come on Behind the Velvet Rope. She's one of the few people that has very lovely, turns me down, and my team, very nice, very respectful, wants nothing to do with the Housewives. So that would just be me. I'm not judging anyone else. It's just, if I was off the show and the coin stopped, I would say that was a moment in my life. We have 80 years if we're lucky, hopefully 85 years. Some people have 100 years to live. I would just be the Alex McCord. Like, I have nothing to do with this. Like a Camille, like you're not getting paid, so why even comment? Granted, Camille Grammer has no money issues, guys. So when right,
you know? Right. Everybody, I mean, I think that's a good point. I mean, for Tamra, you know, this is what Tamra's going to do, right? For probably the foreseeable career, because it's not like you know, Bethenny is an entrepreneur really now first, and a housewife like second or third, you know?